Hey, welcome to Big Bear Homestead.
And welcome to our first ever vlog.
So we're doing a vlog.
Vlog? What's a vlog? What is that? What does it stand for anyway?
Video
Vlogging,
log?
maybe?
Video
Something
log.
like that. So then what's a vlog? Yeah, you got me on that one.
I feel like I should go Stardate 2171. Captain's log.
Well, that's kind of what it is. I mean, I guess it's a video logging of what you do, but I don't know what the vlog is. I guess, I don't know.
Captain's
Broadcasting log, or I don't know. Anyway.
Captain's log 2016.
So anyway.
So, the purpose of this vlog is we've had some things happen over the last 24, 48 hours that some of it's been kind of eating at us. And we felt like we wanted to share it, bring it to y'all's attention just in case something like this, what my wife's getting ready to talk about happens to y'all. So it's almost kind of like almost a vlog / public service announcement. And then I'm going to share what we had to go through with our air conditioning unit over the last, well, it hasn't even really been 24 hours. I got it fixed under 24 hours.
Yeah, you're the stud, I know. That's why I keep you around.
That's not doing it. So you go ahead and share what's on your mind.
Well, the only reason why I wanted to do it today instead of tomorrow is that usually on Fridays I'm stuck over here monitoring comments, and you fuss at me whenever I try to talk.
Did you see the last live stream?
Yeah.
Were we both there?
Yeah, but then afterwards I had to hear about it for 20 minutes about how I was supposed to be monitoring comments and drop the ball on comments.
You barely let me talk.
Well,
And we missed a lot of comments.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But anyway. Okay, so let's get to the real reason why we have this vlog today. Okay, so here's the deal. Yesterday, I was monitoring our accounts. I do it all the time. Fraud is running rampant in our society with internet because everybody has access to it. Even your children in your house, you're not paying attention, they can click the wrong button on eBay. eBay's got your information for PayPal, and the next thing you know, you've bought a computer that you didn't want. So I pay attention to that every day. Well, yesterday I noticed that something had been debited from our account that we didn't authorize. Called Jason up. Jason said, no, not something that I authorized. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but we just don't have $79 just sitting around that we don't want to use for something else, like groceries or broken air conditioning.
I was a lot cheaper than $79.
Yes, you were. So anyway, I called them to find out what is going on. I Googled, it was Money Map Reports. And I'm sure some of you are familiar with this, maybe most of you are.
If not, a couple of months ago, maybe even 6 months ago, it's been
a little while.
It's been a little while. Ron Paul was affiliated with them for a little while, and they were talking about basically the death of the dollar. And you pay for shipping, and it was like $5 or $8, and they send you a book, and they're supposed to send you some DVDs and all this other stuff. Well, the book came, the DVDs never came. They were always on back order.
Yeah.
And then they just hit you with these constant emails, and to the point where it was beyond crazy how many emails I was getting.
It was at least 2 or 3 a day. You were
least.
getting and it wasn't
like a minimum.
Right, and it was like they were creative because it wouldn't just come from Money Map Reports. It would come from like
a Keith something
speaker. Yeah, there'd be like this CEO guy and then this vice president guy, and so it was coming from all different directions.
Yeah, and my whole thought process that was behind it is because I like Ron Paul. I figured, well, if he's backing it,
he's endorsing it, it must be something.
It must be something I might want to sit down and read.
Right,
well,
reasonable.
The book wasn't as factual as I was hoping. Let me just put it that way.
Fair enough.
And so, with that disappointment, and then the DVDs being on back order,
didn't really have any use for it.
Didn't really have any use for it, and then all these emails that kept coming, I got tired of sending them, just being cheesy and just sending them to the junk mail.
And it just so happens that they start sending this email that says...
Well, it says that all the time on there if you wish to unsubscribe. It wasn't just one specific one. I just happened to get the right one, I guess, when I finally got frustrated with it. And so I hit the unsubscribe button, but I didn't read it. I just wanted it gone. And I guess most of us are that way when you're getting bombarded with a continuous amount of spam that you just hit unsubscribe and you go on your way.
And when I went back and see, I didn't know this until the next day, but basically what happened is I called their company. I Googled because it said PSV and then Money Map Reports. So pay attention on your account if you see that. That's what this is. It's a special subscribing service as part of the Money Map Report, and they just take $79 out of your account. So I called them and told them that we didn't authorize the charge. I needed them to take care of it. And while I was talking to the customer service rep, I could overhear other customer service reps in the background basically having the same conversation that I was having, which was, I'm sorry, we'll put the money back in your account or whatever. In the meantime, after I got off the phone with them, I made sure to get information, extension numbers, the whole 9 yards. They told me that they would put it back in my account. They didn't give me a time frame or anything like that, just said it would be taken care of. So then I looked them up on the Better Business Bureau because I was kind of a little upset about this. Fraud is not something to do with our family. We don't like liars, we don't like cheaters or stealers, and that's basically what they did. And so I looked them up, and there's over 100 complaints of the same thing. So really, guys, please pay attention to your account and make sure that when you're unsubscribing to something that you read all of the wording of the email, because they're able to fight you because the way that the email reads, I got one the next day and I read it, and they basically told me that it would take 72 hours for these emails to stop coming. So they still get a chance to get you for 3 more days if somebody's not paying attention. But it basically says, what I really want you to do is unsubscribe to my report. And if you don't read that, you don't realize that that's just part of his way of trying to convince you to keep staying with his report. But everybody sees the word unsubscribe highlighted with a link. They go to click it because they think it's the unsubscribe button. And because they have your information from your billing when you do your shipping, they don't need to ask you for any more information. They already have access to it. So long and short of it, I kind of know how to handle customer service people because I've been in it for a while. I got a hold of my bank. Don't let them tell you, if this has happened to you, don't let them tell you that it'll take 5 to 7 days to process your money back. If it can take them less than 24 hours to get it out of your account, they don't need but 24 hours to get it back in. And I'll tell you how I know that. I talked to my financial institution. We use a credit union. I have a good reputation, and we have a good rapport with them. And she told me, she said 24 to 48 hours at the max. If it's not there by a certain amount of time, we can take the money from them. I said, okay, fine. So I called them back and told them, look, I'm not playing your game. Give me my money back, or I'm going to get in touch with the Better Business Bureau. I'm going to report you for fraud. And then I'm also going to have my credit union take my money back from you. And ironically, after just maybe 10 hours after I had that conversation, the money ended up back in my account. So you really have to know how to handle these things. If they do happen to you, know your rights and know what is true and what's not true. So that's my public service announcement. Just be careful out there, guys. Anything that you see come through digitally, really make sure you know exactly what you're clicking on.
Give
That's
Mama
mine.
a round.
So I'm done with my soapbox. I'll get down now.
Wow. So, my little beating my chest for the day.
Just
week,
for today, yeah.
whatever.
You don't get to claim it past today.
I don't get to claim it back today? Oh, shucks.
Only because of the hissy fit you threw last night because it wasn't working.
Oh, yeah. I didn't throw a hissy fit. I threw a tushy tantrum.
There you go.
Big difference.
Yeah, huge.
I was out here in the office, and I was working on finishing up the editing and everything for the update on the homestead video. I got done. It was like 9, 10 o'clock maybe.
Like 9:30.
And I walked in the house, and the house was like sauna.
And we had been outside. The girls and I had been out checking for eggs and stuff, so we didn't know any better either.
Collecting eggs and stuff out of the garden. And so I walk in the house, and I'm like, what in the world's going on? Why isn't the AC on? And we flipped the AC on, and it wouldn't come on.
Well, the fan would come on.
The automatic fan would come on, but the AC unit wouldn't come on. And so I was like, oh, crap. So we made it through the night.
Oh, wow, you really skipped a big, huge Tootsie Tantrum part. I'm sure all of you have this trouble. Your kids always want to share the air conditioning with the rest of the neighborhood. Apparently, our children thought that they needed to leave the door open for the geese and the pigs, whoever would take the air conditioning, right? So we thought maybe we had froze up the air conditioning unit. So we turned it off overnight.
Turned off everything overnight. Got up this morning and
flipped it on.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
So we went, started investigating everything. Pulled up old YouTube. Started pulling videos, and through the YouTube videos and just basic knowledge, we were able to chop it down.
Troubleshoot.
We were troubleshooting it. We went and got a new contactor, and it still didn't work. Because when we first done it, I had the 240 up to the contactor, but the contactor wouldn't flip.
And what's crazy is when I came home for lunch, you were explaining to me that you had figured this out, and I was telling my son, it made perfect sense that that's exactly what was wrong.
Well, if you remember correctly, the reason why I stopped right there is because at our old homestead, it had a contactor for the well. And ants and stuff would get in there, and then it would jam up in there, and it would stop, and then you'd have to go in there, and you'd have to go with like some old feeler gauges and stuff, clean it all out, and boom, it would start to work. But after so many times, it would wear that contactor out. Well, when we first took the cover off, it looked like there was a mouse nest inside the AC unit. There was a bunch of wasp nests because I got tagged on my booger finger, and I don't think my son was realizing that Daddy still had a set of wheels.
I can imagine.
Took off one way and he went the other way, and he started coming down this way and trying to holler at me, talking about, oh, it's okay, we got them all. And I come up behind him. He's like, oh, you're already around the house. Because I took off and I went down around the pond and come back up around the house. And so we went and got the wasp spray. We had to kill all of those. And then it was like a bad Kung Fu Bruce Lee movie with me and him out there. Because if we would just see a shadow, we were like, wah, wah, wah.
I would have loved to have had film of that.
And so we finally got all of them eradicated.
Eradicated. Wow, that's a big word for you.
And we started troubleshooting, and then that wasn't going. So we looked to see if there was any more ants or anything in there. Cleared it out. Okay, it's just worn out.
Right.
Called around a bunch of places. Found the part at Home Depot for like $10, but then
Didn't look right though.
You didn't have to. You'd have to pay for shipping, and then we had to wait. It was going to take like 4 or 5 days to get here.
Not worth it.
Found a place in town. It cost me $20.
Which is crazy because we live in a little town, so I was kind of expecting we were going to have to order it, but I just didn't think that with a small town that we live in that they would come off a piece.
I went to the bigger town. I went to Hartwell.
Oh.
So I went to the big city.
Oh, wow. You weren't slumming it?
No. Population 4.
So anyway.
So, come back. We put the stinking piece on.
Thinking everything was just going to turn on and everything's going to be great.
And me and my son, we used our kidneys. We took a picture of the old one where all the wires and stuff were connected.
So you knew exactly how to put it back together.
Exactly how to put it together.
That sounds like a 17-year-old brain,
no,
not a 41-year-old brain.
Experience.
Okay.
And so We wired it all back up.
Let me guess. That idea just came to you.
And he went inside. He flipped the switch.
Nothing.
Still nothing.
Kick in the gut.
And I was like, what the crap? And so, got the old voltmeter out. Got the 240 on this side. Don't have the 24. I mean, what the crap? So we followed the wires back. Come down to the thermostat wire. Everything was connected. There wasn't no chew marks from the mice. Nothing. And so, and it went up underneath the house. And so, I pulled rank and sent the 17-year-old under the house. I said, find the wire, follow it.
Okay.
Make sure it wasn't broken anywhere. Nothing chewed on it.
Which we had done the night before. We had kind of investigated that the night before, but
Yeah,
again,
but
it was dark,
it was dark.
and we were tired, and so of course, look at it again, because this time you know what you're looking for. It's a little bit different than yesterday when we had no idea what was wrong.
And so he come out and he said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, well, what's the good news? He said, it's not busted. I said, what's the bad news? He said, I ain't have to go over like 2 feet. It literally comes in and goes straight up the wall. And I'm like, great. It's probably busted in the wall somewhere or something.
Oh.
Right? So we come back to YouTube to double check to make sure that I'm on the right path.
Right.
Because I tested the wires from where it came out of the house to where it connects up to the AC unit.
Right.
We got
Everything.
nada.
Oh, okay.
We got nada. So I knew it was either a bad thermostat or that wire was shot.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
The only two things it could be.
Right.
Well, I came in first and I popped the top off that new thermostat
Which
things
the
that
thing
we
is
got, but there was no real way to put the voltmeter or anything like that on it.
and we knew it was connecting because you could hear it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
if you'd let me finish. What made me just skip over that is because I got to thinking, well, every time we turned it on, we heard it click.
Right, you could hear it.
We heard
That's
it
why
click.
I never thought to look at it because.
So I sent Blaze up in the attic. I said, see if you can find where that wire comes up
And
out of
follow
there
it.
to go to the unit upstairs. And it was about 5, 10, 15 minutes later. He come running out here beating on his chest. He goes, I fixed the AC. I said, what do you mean you fixed the AC? He said when that guy was up there doing the inspection for the home warranty stuff, he must not have put the wire nut back on there because when he was testing everything, and basically it just, over that, 6, 8 months it's been, it just, or we had a rodent or something up there that came by and bumped it, or every time it kicked on the vibrations and the wires finally pulled apart. So we hit it,
Put the wire cap back on,
and we got a cool house. So
all in the time frame of while I was at work.
while you were at
So
work.
Mama's a happy mama. Not that happy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's basically
Yes.
our day.
And since the update video, we've had 4 more chicks hatch out.
I know we have quite a few right now. Do you know how many we're up to?
Quail. No more quail. I know that we're getting ready to build, and we're going to do a video on this, we're going to build another coop similar to the chicken coop that was in the update video.
Right.
But we're going to downsize a little bit because we're going to put cochins in that one.
Right. Cochins are a little bit smaller.
And they got the feathers on the feet.
Yeah.
And we're going to run them through
The
chicken
outskirts of
tunnels.
through the outskirts of the garden.
Right.
Right.
So they can go around the garden on the paths and all of that. So that's our first vlog. We don't really have.
We're done?
Oh, I guess we're done. I don't feel different from vlogging.
No.
Do you?
Maybe we will once we post it.
Maybe.
Well, until then,
Captain's vlog.
2016.
Thanks for coming by to Big Bear Homestead.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, check us out on the web, www.bigbearhomestead.com. Give us the old like on Facebook. Don't forget to come by tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check us out on the live stream, part of the Homestead Network.
You can go to thehomesteadnetwork.com. It'll have all of the show times.
Right now, we're the only ones on Fridays, but we basically kick it off for the weekend because there's some
Saturday night.
Saturday. On Saturday, it starts with the Off the Grid Kid.
Very cool program. Definitely good 30-minute.
And then Sunday, it goes. I think Big Family Homestead kicks us off
Well,
on Sunday.
Linda's Pantry is supposed to start it off, but
Lin-
she didn't this past week,
Right.
so maybe she will this week. We'll be lucky,
she should
maybe.
be there, yeah. So it's basically a full weekend. I know a lot of folks nowadays, we're kind of getting tired, us especially, we're getting tired of the crap that's on TV.
Yeah.
You know, because that's all it is. It's just junk. And this is good, wholesome, family entertainment. It's educational.
And it's interactive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like having a big conversation. It's pretty neat. And you can have it from people all over the country, all over the
all
world.
over the planet.
And the other thing, too, is that especially this time of year, a bunch of us are out during the day harvesting, tending to our animals, things like that. So when 8 or 9 o'clock, when the sun starts to go down, it's time to just relax. And so it's kind of nice to be able to commiserate or to have a good time.
It's college work.
I know, my $10 words. To be able to relate to what everybody else is going through, because you can sit back on the couch and go, yeah, I had that same problem
I
this
have
week.
a public service announcement.
Uh-oh, what is it?
It's summertime.
Oh.
If you're in the South, or really pretty much anywhere now, everybody's hitting
By
the
now.
triple digits, and you have livestock,
Oh,
you got to start doing it. Water check 2, if not 3 times a day. We check our waters 3 times a day.
and it's
First
still
thing in the morning, at
high noon,
lunchtime, and then again in the evening.
5 or 6 o'clock we do, and even last night, and that's kind of what happened when we found out about the air conditioning, was we had gone for that last check, and I noticed our pigs were panting, and
Yeah.
so I realized they had dumped their water trough, and so they didn't have any more water.
They dumped their water trough, and their mud pit was bone.
It wasn't bone dry, but there was no mud for them to slosh around in, basically.
I
It
know
was
that-
still
They have taken what we gave them as a little area for a mud pit, and it's now like, what, about
double.
3 or 4 feet deep now?
Yeah,
So
they
it's
can both fit in there, and they're Yorkshire adults. They're about 700 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
So they fit in there both together, lying side by side. So it's huge now. But we have to keep that for them all day. It's got to be kept up with. And the chickens, chickens, make sure your waterers, that's another thing, make sure your waterers are working. If you have automatic waterers, check them. Make sure, just because you have a rain catchment system,
Yeah, you got to check them.
make sure, because we're not getting a lot, I don't know about everybody else, we're not getting a lot of rain yet. And so check and make sure that if you've got a closed system or anything like that, make sure you've got water in those
Yeah,
systems.
and even if your system's not closed, make sure didn't anything climb in
Bump
there
it,
and
knock it
clog it up or
Right.
something. So hit those chicken cups or those chicken
Nipples.
nipples,
You
and
said nipple.
and make sure that you still got the water coming out.
Right.
So I think that's the end now.
Are you done now?
I think so.
No more public service
No more
announcements
public
today.
service announcements.
Maybe
today.
we'll come up with some for tomorrow.
For tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, if you haven't, there's going to be a contest tomorrow. We're going to have a contest, and all I'm saying is it's going to be kind of a quiz contest about some of our videos. So if you haven't seen them all, you might
Time
want
to
to do
start
some
watching.
homework.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining us on our first vlog. And like always,
Have a nice day.